What's up? What's up? What's up? All right, we got Limitless Hoops here again. I've been planning for the future, and I think I have our game plan for next January and February mapped out. And what I'm gonna do is basically offer every day of the week. I'll host this show every day of the week, and we'll go from the morning all the way to the night. Also move the Tice Valley thing to later that night, and hopefully we can do it big. I'll lower my prices for the private sessions as well. Maybe I'll hold back to back to back to back private sessions at my location as well. I'll talk about all that in a second. But basically, I want to do something special for you guys, and I want to step it up a notch. All right, since we have time on our hands, and I don't think people are doing the isolation workout as much as I wanted them to. So they're not really logging on. Back when we didn't have Tice Valley, we had people logging on to the internet, and they would do the workout through the phone. And then we started the indoor workouts, and a few of those online people started doing the indoor ones. But then, we put the camera on the indoor ones, and we kept the home ones going. But all of a sudden, people just stopped. And funny thing is that only some of the online people that used to come all the time online were a part of the indoor ones, and they would do it all the time. But now, those people who would come online, they no longer come online. And I think it's because they see the kids having fun and they don't feel like they're a part of it. Or maybe they can't hear us as well. I'm not really sure. But I might stop those, and then I'm going to start up a whole bunch more workouts on top of that. So I'll talk about that in a second. Let me start with today's workout stuff. Again, and Limitless Hoops. If you have the book of any grade level, you can go to the page number. It's what is it? October 6th. All right, we're in Halloween month. Is anyone doing Halloween? If you are, let me know what you're going to be in the comment section. All right, I turn to October 6th, 2020, the dreaded year. All right, we are on a Tuesday, which is a team workout. All right, and we have all the drills to do, plus the challenges, plus the story of the day, plus the quote of the day. There's descriptions of the stuff right there for you. There's also stuff online to help you out with each and every single drill. Stuff online to help you out with the challenges as well. All right. Starting with the high school, since I have the high school book out right now. Drives and rotations. All right. Dylan and I did this morning. What's up, Leandre? All right. So Dylan and I did this morning. We did drives and rotations, where you drive baseline, and the opposite wing is going to sprint to the corner. All right, this is a very crucial play, probably in high school or above. Definitely in college, for reals in the NBA. All right, where if you drive baseline and the person's not there, that person's going to be screamed at. All right, because you have to be there to stretch the defense. All right, and if you drive middle, the opposite wing needs to flash up. So we work on those passes. When you make the pass with your outside hand, twist your body as well. And then we had 180 tangent for shots. This time we worked on the footwork. How you set a double pick and then pop up for a shot and then go back door. Or you set the double pick up top and then you pop toward the free throw line and then sprint up for a back pick and then pop up for your shot. All that footwork is very essential because those steps aren't very normal. All right, those steps aren't just your regular run of the mill step into a 3-point shot. So we like to work on that stuff so that you can quickly shoot a shot that's uncomfortable. And Dylan likes to shoot shots that are comfortable. He likes to take his time, all right, which is it's okay. It actually goes with our quote of the day. But it's not okay because during games you are sometimes rushed. And if you don't practice the quick shots as well, you're not going to be able to shoot the quick shots during games. Then your defense can also relax. So not only should you make quick, calm shots, you should also be able to make quick, hurried shots. Slow, calm shots. You should also be able to make quick, hurried shots. Next workout is down screen, screen away. For this one, we didn't have anyone to play with, but we still did our spots. I would say down screen, and he would jump off his man and then usher the defense through. And then he would get back on his man, and as his man stepped underneath the basket for the screen down, he would follow him and then get through the screen by getting skinny. So we worked on all that stuff as well. Last three are three for layup and shot. That's coming off of a double pick to the top first shot, or curling around for a layup. 10 seconds tie game. It's about taking the last shot, making sure that you're taking the last shot. And if you're on defense, don't foul them. Make sure that they're shooting the ball overhand. All right. And then the last one is 10 plus seconds down by three with free throws. All right. This is a pretty simple one where if you are if you're down by three and you have free throws with about 14 seconds to go, all right, you want to make your free throws so that you're only down by one, and then don't foul them. So if you're down by one now with 13, 14 seconds to go, don't foul them. You can run up to them, say that you're going to foul them, but just don't touch them. Make them cross half court. Once it gets down to about like 4 seconds left, then you can foul them. Try to get a turnover in that time. Try to scare them. So maybe they just take a 10-second violation. Because especially if you're screaming foul, 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 they're just going to hang on to the ball. All right. What's up, Dylan? All right. And then if you are down by two because you missed one free throw, maybe then you want to foul them depending on if they have a good free throw shooter or not. Maybe you want to make them make one pass before you foul them. And if you're down by three, foul them immediately because you missed both free throws, and then you play that game with as much time on the clock as possible. All right, so those are all the things. And I mentioned before, Dylan likes to shoot very calm and slow shots, but we want him to get used to shooting quick and hurried shots as well. But the quote of the day is, genius is patient. Sorry, genius is patience. All right, and it is. Being smart enough to take your time it's an enormous tool for basketball. All right, and people who do take their time, they are more apt to understand things in a deeper fashion. All right, and there's a time to be patient, but there's also a time to be quick. All right, so you're patient, but then it's time to hit. All right, so when you hit, you're doing that very actively, very strongly. Okay. All right. Anyways, beyond that, again, I'll talk about the elementary school, middle school, and the motivational quote later. I want to speak to you about my January and February schedule right now. All right. So, anyone who has a workout with me right now set where you guys are like every Monday or every Tuesday or whatever like that, I will give you guys first dibs. So I'll tell you guys about it first. Probably come December. Early December, I'll tell you guys about the opportunity to sign up for January and February 1st. All right. And then everyone else will be open to it. And you can sign up for the month. All right. So you can sign up for every Monday for January or every Tuesday for February, whatever. You have to sign up for the whole month. All right. And what I'm going to do is this. This isn't set in stone yet, but there will be 3 morning times for Sunday all the way through Saturday. So every day of the week. It's the same exact schedule. So I'll have my 8 a.m., 10:30 a.m., and 12 p.m. times where I come to your house or your location or a basketball court near you. That one costs about $200 for the month. So that's about $50 per thing, which is my price for my private sessions. If you have more people, it costs $350 for 2, $450 for 3, $500 for 4. So it gets cheaper as you go up. All right, and those are the morning times for every day of the entire month. Sunday, and you can pick all Sundays, all Sunday, Monday, Tuesdays, whatever you want. All right. Again, it's $200 for the month per day. So if you want to pay for 2 days a week, it's $400 for the month. But then the fun part will be I'll have 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and 4 o'clock back to back at my place in Lafayette. Those are cheaper since I don't have to drive. All right. And I can have more workouts in a shorter amount of time because I don't have to travel. So those are, instead of being $200 for the month, those are $150 a month. All right. So you get about 4 workouts. So that's about like $40 each, or less than $40 each. So it's even cheaper. And again, those will be every single day. Now I said 2, 3, and 4. 4 o'clock is normally our time for this thing, the live stream. That means that 4 p.m. workout, if you sign up for that one, especially for the month, every live stream will star you. All right. So I'm going to add live streams on Sunday and Saturday, at least for those 2 months. If I like it, I'll continue it. But Sunday through Saturday, Sunday, Monday through every single day, you can sign up for the 2, 3, or 4 o'clock time here where I am on this court right behind me. And if you sign up for the 4 o'clock session, we are doing this show about you. So I will have my headphones in. I'll be out there working you out. we'll be going through each and every single drill for your grade only. I might mention the other drills that we're not doing, but they will be able to see someone in action doing it. If they have questions, I might have a parent read off the questions. I might glance by every like 5 minutes to see if there's questions. But you will be the star of the show. All right. I thought that was cool. All right. And then instead of doing the 5 o'clock Tice Valley, what I would be doing is I would be doing a 6 o'clock Tice Valley. So it'll be later on in the night because people said that 5 o'clock was tough. So now I'll have more time to get there, so I can get there early, which I like. So we do 6 o'clock Tice Valley, not only Monday through Friday, but also Saturday and Sunday. All right. So I know that was a lot, but just prepare for more things. All right. So we'll have weekend Tice Valleys. We'll have workouts at my place back to back to back in the afternoon time when people wanted them. They said, do you have any more afternoon times? So now I'll have afternoon times 2, 3, and 4. You could be in our show at 4 o'clock, and it's an hour-long workout. So that means the show is going to last for an hour. All right. So 30 minutes will be the main part, but then if people want to stay watching, they can. And then every day of the week for everything else. So that's that. Those are my plans for this. I will tell everybody about it a little after the start of December. I'm going to tell the main people that are already doing workouts about it in December and allow them a chance to sign up for it first. So like Dylan, Finn is one of those people. So one of the people that are already signing for personal workouts, maybe even the people online. If you're here, I can tell you about the link. All right. So if you're watching the show, you can find out about it first as well. All right. Anyways, let's start. Let's begin again with the middle school drills. The middle school drills, we have horseshoe shooting. For horseshoe shooting, we have 2 lines on the baseline. They're going to curl around, and you're going to sprint around that. Whenever you come off curl screens, you want to be sprinting and have your hands open like this and have your inside foot reaching and turned already. So when you catch the ball, you step, catch, step with the other foot, and then shoot. It has to be in that order, all right, and that quickly. Next one is 180 poly for shots. That's where we go for a handoff. And then we dribble against it. And then the person that handed the ball off, the original point guard, will fake down low and then go over for an Iverson cut. All right. I like this play because it includes 2 different things, as most things are, but also the Iverson cut. It's really good with the player who's your best player. But usually our best player is also our best ball handler. This matches the 2. So now your best ball handler can also be your best scorer and play creator. So because you can send him off, you can have him dribble the ball off the court, hand it off to him really quickly, then he can get the ball back in a position to score or create for others. So now he's driving through with our 7 different poly options, which is like come off the screen, sweep through for a layup, spin move, fake spin, jump shot, off the dribble, jump shot, off the catch, snap back or back door. There's 7 different ones, right? And as that person drives, they can create for other people as well. All right, next one is pick and roll defense. For pick and roll defense, we want to make sure that we double team the ball handler. So anytime that they come off the pick and roll, we want to show the defense. All right, and you want to show heavy because we already talked about it. If you show heavy, there's 2 things that they can do. They can get beat by you, or they can retreat. All right, and if they retreat, we're in a very good position because then they have to have a very, very good passing point guard, which they probably don't. Or they have to have a point guard who's smart enough to cross us up and beat us around the big man side, which hopefully our big man doesn't allow that to happen. All right. So we want to on pick and rolls, we want to double team hard, and we also want to send a help side guy to come over to pick off the roll person's pass. All right. John, I do not understand the rosters, so I can't find the elite team scores. Gotcha. I changed up the roster page. All right. So basically, the only thing that matters is the top 15 guys. All right. The top 15 guys matter. After that, you're just a regular player. All right. So you can't see the elite team scores anymore. You can see who's on the elite team because they will have a black stripe right by their name. All right, so on the right-hand side, they'll have a black stripe. If they are a VIP, they'll have a gold stripe. If they don't play games, they will have a red stripe, which stands for red shirt. If you're a red shirt, like I'm wearing right now, it's not quite red, but yeah, red, burgundy. All right, If you're red shirt, that means that you don't play. I was actually a red shirt one year in college when I transferred. It means that you practice, but you don't play. We actually have a lot of red shirt people. And then the other color is blue for members. And then the last color is green for the young kids, like 3 to 6 year olds. So those are the color coding. Says it up top. So the black stands for elite. So if you want to see the elite team members and how you stack up against them, now you kind of can't. All right, because I only care about the top 15. I want you guys to care about higher standards. Okay. All right. So that's that. Oh, okay. All right. And next one is point guard, advance the ball ahead. All right. We talked about this last week. Make sure that you know that you're not as fast as the ball traveling. So after you get the outlet pass, if someone's open ahead, hit them up. It's a very important part about being a point guard. Next one is under 15 seconds, up by 4 plus points. Under 15 seconds, you're up by 4. You need to make sure that they don't blow by you for layups, that they don't get open shots. You need to D up, make sure that you don't foul them. You're up by 4. Make sure that they're wasting as much time off the clock as possible. If you have the ball, that's just game. Hang on to the ball. All right, but there's 15 seconds, so you got to cross half court. So you got to break the press, flash hard, hang on to the ball strong, pass it ahead, and then get the ball into your best free throw shooter's hands so that they can foul you. Next one is deflections +1. We talked about that last week. Make sure that you deflect basketballs by having your hands up. If you can deflect the ball, you put them out of their flow. And if there's a shot clock, you're going to really screw them up toward the end. But just putting them out of their flow with your hands in the passing lanes is enormous. So deflections are worth not as much as a steal, but they're worth a lot. All right. The teams with the most deflections usually win the championships. And the funny thing is, it's not really a stat that's kept, which is horrible. All right. So I would keep that stat if I had a stat machine right there. Like the person keep the stats for me, I would say count how many deflections that they have. All right, and let's go with the last one is elementary tip drill. Tip drill is a fun drill where you throw the ball off the backboard. The next person behind you jumps up and catches it and throws it off the backboard for the person behind them. Then so on and so forth. And there's a big line of people. And every time that you throw it, you got to run to half court. And you guys just go in a circle. The hard part about this drill is the athleticism that it takes to jump, catch a ball, and throw off the backboard correctly. Also, the timing. This timing makes you better for your finishes, for rebounds, and a few other things. So you got to time it, jump, and still have the strength to throw off the backboard. And then the last thing, second to last thing, is sprinting to half court. Sprinting to half court and then sprinting back. You have to have good stamina. All right. Now the last thing is turnover. Your mental turnover, not turnovers like you made a mistake, but turnovers as if you might have made a mistake or maybe you scored. Either way, you have to understand after you throw the ball, it's out of your hands. You need to turn around and sprint immediately to go back. People that wait and they see the ball and they go like this and then they go, oh yeah, half court. They're the ones that mess up the whole line and the tip drill. So they have to go right away. But for games, it happens the same way. You score a basket and then you go, yeah, boy. Or like you just like forget to run down the court and then the other team takes the ball out of bounds, runs down the court. Now you're behind the play. Or possibly you went in for an offensive rebound, didn't quite get it. Now you're behind the play. Or you got a turnover. Then they stole it and you're sad. Now you're behind the play. You have to turn over in your mind from offense to defense and transition fast up here. And as soon as it's the other team's ball, sprint immediately. Or as soon as it's your team's ball, sprint immediately down the court to go score. All right. You must turn it over in your mind as fast as you possibly can. All right. Next thing is one-on-one wing and one-on-one rebounds. All right. One-on-one wing, one-on-one rebounds. You have one-on-one at the top. All right. And you're going to go one-on-one trying to score, but you'll get one dribble max. All right. And there's no steals, no blocks for this game. So you just put a hand in their face. If you make it, you keep the ball. All right. As soon as you shoot the ball, the other two people, they are playing one-on-one rebound on the two blocks. As soon as the ball's out of their hands, they go and try to box each other out. Probably just hit each other. Boom. Like that. All right. And you have to make sure that I'm getting looks because I'm in my car right now. I don't go outside anymore because of the bees and everything like that. Yes. I know. It's like a carpool karaoke show now, okay? We're down with that. All right. Anyways, so then the two people will hit each other in the post. They will box out. Whoever gets the rebound needs to go up strong and try to score on the other person. All right, make sure that you stay chest to chest with them. Make sure that you get the rebound that you're tough enough. I really like this drill because it includes two different things. I like drills that where no one's standing around. I also like this drill because the toughest people survive. All right, not the best people, but the toughest people. And two stories come to mind. One was Rowan, who's a little third grader. He went up against his best friend. I think it was Will. Which Will was it? Will Palmer. Yes. And it was like their first like week in our program. And I was like, hey guys, go hit each other. Come on. And then Will was not about to hit anyone. He kind of went like this thinking, oh yeah, we're just going to go like whatever. Nope. Rowan came hard and floored him. All right. And that taught Will a great lesson. The other one is Ian, who's a very small guy. He went up against this tall guy. All right, and I won't say his name, but the tall guy was an eighth grader, and the only other tall guy in our whole program during the summer camp that we were at was Tyrone. And Tyrone is a big, huge Samoan, and so they had to naturally be matched up. And this guy was like, I don't want to play against him. He's too strong. And I was like, oh my God, can you go? Can someone go against him? Someone else was like, yeah, okay, I'll go against Tyrone. So Tyrone had to go against a smaller guy, but the small guy was like, okay, I'll go against you. I was like, hey, Ian, go against this other guy, the eighth grader, even though Ian was a sixth grader. And Ian was half the size. And I was like, yeah, go against him. And don't forget, he was scared. Ian went straight at him like this, and the kid jumped away every single time. Ian Salmon, yes. The kid who was afraid of Tyrone, which makes sense. Tyrone's strong, like starting fullback for his high school. He's very, very strong, very, very big. He was scared of Tyrone. That makes sense, but that's not what happened. This kid was just scared. All right. And if you're scared of anyone, you're scared of everyone, basically. All right. Everyone that will try to punk you at least. All right. Because I'm sure if Ian went out there like normal and was like, hey, patty cake, he would have been like, okay, this is cool. Maybe he would have done whatever. So Ian kept going out and getting every single rebound. And then I stopped the practice. I was like, really? And I turned to Ian, who's a known liar, okay? And he's very, very cocky, okay? He would not lie about this. I said, Ian, what would happen if this big guy went right to you right now and tried to knock you down? And Ian looked up and said, he would knock me down every single time. And I said, but what's happening? And he goes, he's not doing that. And then he just smiled. And it was perfect, all right? And it shows you that, like, basically the bigger they are, the harder they fall. Or it shows you just go for it. I mean, you hitting someone is something. Heck, if I took a baby and threw it at you, as bad as that is, don't do that. All right, and it hit you in the face, it would suck. It would be like, oh my God, that hurts. Ow. All right. So, like, no matter how small you are, you can do some damage. All right. Shaquille O'Neal used to get hit all the time by guys that were half his weight, and he hated it. Right? And he would argue and argue and argue to the refs, and the refs would struggle calling fouls on him because he was so big, or calling fouls for him because he's so big. And they would, but if you look at the play, he's getting hit. Or you see LeBron James arguing about fouls, and you're like, shut up, big dude. And you see him, and you're like, oh, okay, he actually did get hit. But when he gets hit, he doesn't move. So the referees just don't get it sometimes. So what LeBron James has learned to do, which is, I mean, it's stupid, but he does it for a reason, is whenever he gets hit, instead of not moving, now he gets hit and he goes, and what do? They call fouls for him. And people go, oh, floppy LeBron, flap, things like that. Think about it. If LeBron doesn't flop, he's so strong, they can hit him and not get fouls called, even though the refs should be doing their job and should be calling the fouls. When LeBron flops, when they hit him, and they're already fouling him. So when he flops and just throws his head back, it's not really a flop. He's just telling the ref, they're fouling me. Look, even though he's acting, the referee calls the correct call. All right. So, I mean, it's not his fault. Now, had Shaq learned to do that, he would have probably just missed a whole bunch more free throws. All right. So there goes that. Make your free throws. All right. Anyways, back to the back to the stuff. We got, where am I? All right. Our next thing would be our next elementary drill would be to play a game, and if you're not in help, the offense gets points. So you don't even have to score to get points in this one. If the other team's not in the middle or not showing or not doing whatever, they get a point. And this should also teach you to be patient as well. All right, because you don't have to shoot the ball to score. All right, and it's the same thing in like real games, basically. All right, if you pass the ball until they're not in help side anymore or they're out of position, that's when you strike. And that's why I say that genius is patient. All right. So for this game, it teaches you just that. You want to pass the ball around, penetrate, kick, pass the ball around, screen down until they're out of position. All right. And once they're out of position, then you get a point for this particular game. During the actual games, we want to do the same thing, but now instead of just getting a point, go score it now. All right. So you attack. That's how you should be playing offense. And then the defense, try to not get in trouble. Try to stay in as long as you can and understand that the offense, they're going to suck. They're not going to pass around that much. So stay strong for about 5 passes. They will eventually turn the ball over because very, very few offenses are that good. All right, last three, zone, 1 or 2 guard front. If they're playing a 2-3 zone, you're going to go with the 1 guard front. A 2 guard front for a zone is 1 guard front for offense, so that you can have 2 people on the wing. So basically, it's your 3 against their 2. If it's a 1 guard front, like a 1-3-1, you have a 2 guard front. So basically, you want to make them uneven. So if they have 1 person in the front, you put 2 people up there. If they have 2 people in the front, you put 3 people up there. All right, and everyone else matches up accordingly. All right, so always make it off. Don't match your 2 people up with their 2 people. Or if they have one guard front, don't match with the 1. That makes it way too easy. And then the last 2 things are 16 plus seconds up by 4 plus points. All right, that's basically just taking care of the ball again. And then offense rebound tips, just like getting deflections is good. Getting tips on offense rebounds is a great thing. All right, get in there. If you can't grab the ball, you can't quite get it, tip it. If you're on offense, just tip it anywhere. You might tip it in the basket. You might tip it to a teammate. You might just tip it out of bounds. You might tip it to the other team. Just doing something. It distracts them. It does something. It shows your effort. You stay in the game longer. All right, so do something on offense rebounds. All right, last thing is our motivational story of the day. We have push yourself again and again. Don't give an inch until the final buzzer sounds. For it's how you respond to facing the impossible challenge that counts far more than the impossibility itself. All right. At the end of games, when you're down and you're losing and the game's over, you play to the final buzzer no matter what. You play as hard as you can, dive for the loose ball. You deny, you're in their face, you press them, all right? Because it'll spill over to the other game. It'll show your coach that you're about it. It'll show your team that we don't ever quit. It'll show the other team that you're hard to give up. But also that 1 in a million chance you might come back and win. Maybe you're down by 6 with a minute to go and you won that game. All right. So you want to never give up until that final buzzer hits. All right. You're going to make sure that you keep going. And imagine this. You do that in a game and you show that you have hustle, even though you're down by 60. Now, all of a sudden, a scout from UConn sees you and he's impressed by that. All right. So you can also impress your way to getting a scholarship, to making the team. All right. So never, ever, ever give up. And it just shows that you have grit. All right. So if you see your teammates giving in, tell them not to give up either. All right. So you go until the final buzzer sounds. And like most of our kids in our program, they wind up quitting in high school because they're like, dude, that's a lot of work. And now I realize, because I'm older, I see I'm not an NBA player. So why would I work like an NBA player to make a D3 team? And then they wind up quitting in like their sophomore year, but they still play basketball, but they quit because they're not going for college. And then they go to like Arizona. Then they're at Arizona and they're there, and then they make the intramural team, but then they're like, man, this is kind of boring. And it is. College is very boring if you're not doing a sport. I would much rather go to a D3 school than to a big D1 school and play. All right, because if I could play at a D3 school and I could only watch the games at a D1 school, I mean, dude, I love basketball. So don't give up and keep going, because you might be that Rudy guy that makes a D1 when you shouldn't have, when you weren't supposed to. But it's not going to happen if you give up your sophomore year. All right. So, anyways, we have our Tice Valley workout. Don't forget our workout schedule for January and February of next year. every day of the week, 2, 3, or 4 o'clock at my location. You could be on the live stream. You could be the star of the live stream if you buy a workout here. I will also have Sundays and Saturdays. Tice Valley. We will do later workout 6 o'clock for everybody, and that's about it. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Great job. Peace.